Welcome back all, Dread BC, with another fun little deck that I threw together based on the Murmuring Mystic that we have seen a couple of times. The idea once again was to use the Mystic, and especially with Quasiduplicate, to deal tons of damage over time, lots of little birdies getting in there. But I wanted to do something other than Dimir, so I decided to throw red in there, because the problem with the Dimir was it was kind of twofold. Either I didn't have enough spells to deal with large creatures, or I didn't have enough spells to deal with small creatures. It was one way or the other. So what I've done is I've made this kind of... I tried to make it pseudo-control, but pseudo-aggro, which is always a bad idea, which is why I think this deck is probably going to be terrible. But, 3 dive downs and the 1 spell. I only have 1 spell pierce, and it's a common, but I don't ever really have a whole lot of commons since that pauper tournament. I had like 27, and then I built like 4 or 5 pauper decks and just blew through those in no time. I probably should pick up a couple of spell pierces, because I think that 3 of those and maybe 3 of those would better protect the Mystic. We've got plenty of ways to survive to that turn. I have the one Anticipate. It's a good digging card. Search for Azcanta seems like an auto-include in most of these decks. I can't tell you how many times I've thrown land into the graveyards to get closer to where I need to be. Discovery, I don't even think... Do I have the... Okay, I have 2 black lands in here, so if I need to, I can cast Dispersal. But this is for Discovery. I mean, it can dig you up to 3 cards, so for 2 mana it doesn't get a lot better. Slaughter the Strong. Okay, now this one's a new addition. Choose any number of creatures. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less. Now, that's power 4 or less. Now, you could have 4 Mystics in play and just save those. So, you've got basically walls here. And this is an idea that came from my my Arcades deck. So, a few of these in here really help take care of those large problematic creatures, such as the... Nullhide Ferox, and obviously Carney T, the Carnage Tyrant. Curator's Ward, another way to protect the Mystic. That's it's not great on the Mystic. In fact, I might have to replace it, because the best thing it can go on is actually Teferi. But you can use that to replace Teferi. But if you've got Teferi and he survives a turn, you're generally getting way ahead anyway. Don't run any counter magic in this version. I think I just, when you're running red and white, you should probably run reactive more so than, or, you know, react to what's on the board rather than permission. So, anyway, the Quasiduplicates, obviously. Deafening Clarion, this is another way to clear the board of all the riffraff that's going on down there. Or, if you're playing against someone that you've got to, like, this isn't going to kill any of their stuff, but you've got a bunch of birds out, you can just give your creatures lifelink until end of turn and gain some life to survive a little longer. Conclave Tribunal, mainly to deal with planeswalkers, but with Convoke it can be basically cast for free. I only put 3 of them in there because I needed to make room for other things. Mr. Mystic himself, the obvious linchpin of the deck, gets everything going. Heroic Reinforcements is sort of a win con, because you create 2 soldier tokens, then you create a bird token or multiple bird tokens, and then you give them all 1/1 in haste, so that gets in there like swimwear. Teferi, obvious include. If the game goes long, this guy can help bring it back, and Syncopates as cheap, especially early counter spells. They're pretty versatile. Plus, the art on it is kind of sweet. Dude's just like, get out of here. Get that crap out of my face. And Badlands, just horrible mana base. It's mostly red-blue, so I've got more of that than anything. But a good solid white splash for later on. I hope I've got enough in there. I haven't run into any problems yet, but I've only played a couple of games with it. 4 white sources is probably not enough for a double white spell, though. So let me actually change that now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's way more than 4. It's 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. So, okay, I got 10 white sources. That's plenty. So we're going to give it a quick play, see how it works out here. 60-card deck typically have 23 to 27 lands. 27 is a lot. Only time I've ever run that much was in a very land-heavy deck back in World Wave. It was the blue-red-green Destructive Force. God, that deck was fun. It's not exciting, But we can pretty much cast what's in our hands. We can run Syncopate if we have to, just to get a early lock on what's going on. We will need to draw lands, obviously, but that's every hand. Starting out with the Meandering River. Oh, nope, not a Meandering River. There we go. Get in there. Next turn, depending on what we draw, likely just plains go, leave up Syncopate. If we draw a Search for Azcanta, we will throw that one down. Nope, Guildgate comes into play tapped. Generally against JESKAI, their turn 3 is not going to be game breaking, so... Or not JESKAI, but Grixis. Their turn 3 is not going to be terrifying. Worst they could be is, what, a Sarkhan? Well, no Sarkhan's out. I've seen those new dragon decks. Okay, Freebooter. He's going to take one of our Syncopates, probably. Maybe Dive Down. I mean, I guess he... Well, he can't take a Mystic, so... His best bet would be to take Quasiduplicate. Because that... It's not the same as discarding. If I discard it, I can still cast it. But now he knows that we have Syncopate and he can play around it, so that's kind of a problem. Even still, he played around Syncopate anyway. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. He got the jump on me. Oh, dude, hurry up, man. Whatever you pick, I promise I'll let it happen. Okay. No surprise. Well, I'll show him the land that he already saw, make him think I maybe didn't draw one. He's probably going to run out a bait spell to try and get me to Syncopate it, or he could just get scared of it and not do anything. Thief of Sanity, that is indeed not a bait spell, but he likely has a Spell Pierce, so let's see. Nope, no Spell Pierce. Okay, good, because that Thief of Sanity is a Parab Bob. In for one, buddy. Alright, Sulfur Falls comes into play untapped. If I control an island or mountain, which I do not, so I actually have to play the island first here. I'm going to run a Mystic out into a kill spell. And then next turn I can play another one with Dive Down up, which he of course knows I have both. In fact, the one card in here he doesn't know I have is Sulfur Falls. Okay. No surprise. You know, I wish the Chupacabra said destroy target creature, because then a Dive Down could be a 2-for-1. Oh, nice. He does not know about the second Dive Down, however. Get in there. And no, we will not be using Dive Down on our turn. That would be kind of silly. Well, if it gives you the option, though, just in case you want to. You want to get that bird out before end of turn. If he attacks for one, I'm not going to Dive Down because he can kill it in response. Hopefully he's holding something like a Vraska's Contempt, which takes all of his mana to do it. Because the next turn we've got Quasiduplicate, Dive Down to cover it, just in case he tries to kill it in response. I'd even allow like a Murder here. Come on. Cast something that's double black, just to get as much black mana out of the way as you can, because you don't have a red spell that can do it. I don't believe there is one. Not for 4. He could have a land. He could just be playing slow. I mean, he's clearly playing slow, but... Disinformation campaign. Yeah. We'll go ahead and throw down. Dive Down. Oh, God, come on. Alright. So one Dive Down gone. He doesn't know about the other one. He can't do anything about the Mystic this turn. He's going to attack for 1. He might attack with the Chupacabra if he has a Lava Bolt or Lava Coil in hand. Okay. Got it. Is this a way to get in 2 extra damage? Because that seems like a waste of a Lava Coil. Choose block. Yeah, no blocks. I'll take the 3. That did not seem like the proper play. Okay, so things have changed. I think the best thing to do in this case would be to Clarion and then have Syncopate and Dive Down. You know what? Both. going to kill the bird it creates, but that's fine. Gain a life. Boom! Got my Syncopate back. What you gonna do, huh? Got another kill spell? Oh, Christ. Yep, that gets him. Except... no. You knew I had it. That was a waste of your whole turn, too. Hooray! So now we Quasiduplicate. Make 2 of him. And I think, as opposed to saving him, we're going to go ahead and just Dispersal now, or Discovery now. Keeping both of these, actually. I really like them both. We'll keep the Spell Pierce, though. We're going to draw them both anyway. Get an 2. He can make me discard one of the 2. I'll probably discard Dive Down, just in the event that I can maybe Spell Pierce that stupid enchantment later. Does he have a cheap Surveil? Like, if he casts... I think his best play right now would be something like Discovery, Dispersal, or a creature that kills... or creature or kill spell, some sort of thing. He's not sitting pretty, because a single target kill spell is just not going to work out for him. Okay, Bolus. I'll give him that. You got Dive Down out of my hand. He's gone. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he can't do it next turn. We could... oh, wait, we don't have the black mana to disperse it. Okay. Quasiduplicate again. On the main one. We will get rid of Spell Pierce. More dudes. And then Discovery to see what we find. Don't really care about the land. Do we want the next Mystic? I don't think we do. I think we want to get more spells. Like a kill spell would be great right now. That ain't a kill spell, but we'll hold on to it just to make him make us discard it. Alright, get in there. He can kill a Mystic if he has Bolus and a burn spell. That's fine. We've got 3 of them and tons of birds. Otherwise he's just going to eat a bird. He still can't attack back with Bolus. Okay, so he more than likely has a red, like a shock. No? Okay, he doesn't have the shock. That's an obvious read. And we will leave 1 mana, or 1 card in hand that is just not great. God, it'd be great to draw Teferi right now. Put that Bolus back in his library, 3rd from the top, and then just aggro him down. Or Heroic Reinforcements. Okay. Yeah. You can cast one of my spells. Any good options there? Discovery, Dive Down, Spell Pierce. Oh, he could Clarion. That's his best one. Yep. Using both sides of it, attacking for 4. Now we have to draw spells. That was really good for him. God, that might turn the whole game around. Why didn't you use both sides of it? That just seems silly to me. And then not attack. That makes no sense at all. Well, I'm not gonna not attack here. Get in for 2 more. Alright, now we've got the card to discard and a card to actually play. That card actually really got us. I don't know if he knows how bad it was. Pass to attackers. You gonna actually attack? Really? I'm tempted. You know what? We're diving down now. Because it doesn't draw us a card or anything. Let's go ahead and get the dudes out. Just to free up a little more mana next turn. For when we draw this land we're about to draw from 100. It's always a land. Okay. That didn't... I was dive downing my own guy. You got that one call? Oh, to surveil. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. I mean, I guess that's value, but not much. Alright, we need to draw a spell. We need to draw a spell bad. That's what we needed to draw. We're doing it. Good game, buddy. Can't believe that's the absolute perfect draw. But of course we were holding this card the whole time, so he had no idea if that was what we drew or not. Either way. Yeah. I don't think there's a single card that says for 1 red mana kill all creatures attacking you right now. That's not going to be enough. I didn't know he had the open mana for that. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So that, I really like the way this deck plays like that. Now, granted, his deck wasn't fantastic, obviously, but, you know, it plays well. It's just an idea. With the next set coming out, we've got a lot more in the way of Azorius cards coming, so it could become more control-y. I might even drop the red again altogether, or I might just leave it as a minor splash for just those 2 cards. I don't know. There's a lot coming out. We got to sort of see how things go. As it is, this is a really strong shell, I feel like, but I would love to see it get better. So, yeah. Quasiduplicate was made for Murmuring Mystic. I'm 100% like convinced of this. These two were just born for each other. So, awesome. Didn't draw Teferi that game, but unfortunately, yeah, can't get them every time. Didn't matter, though. We won. So, hope you enjoyed. If you've got any ideas, by all means, let me know. I am not a fantastic deck builder. I just sort of put together things with what I have, try them out. If they work, great. I tweak it. If they don't, I scrap it. And JESKAI Mystic looks like it worked a couple of games in a row, so everyone have a wonderful evening.